Have you ever stood outside on a clear night staring up at the endless sea of stars and felt a shiver crawl down your spine like something or someone was staring right back at you? There's one object up there that never fades, never hides. It's always present, hanging in the sky, locked in an eternal gaze. It doesn't blink. It doesn't waver. It just watches. We call it the moon. But what if the moon isn't what we've been told? What if it's not just a barren rock or a natural satellite orbiting our world? 8. What if the moon is something far more sinister? A colossal surveillance device placed in our skies millions of years ago by forces we can't even begin to comprehend. Hold that thought. Let's take a journey into the unknown and uncover the secrets of the moon that might just change the way you see the night sky forever. The moon. The silent observer. Let's start with something most of us take for granted. The moon. It's always there, right? Lighting up the night, guiding sailors, inspiring poets. But here's a fact that's so strange, so unsettling, that once you hear it, you'll never look at the moon the same way again. The moon always shows us the same face. No matter where you are on Earth, no matter the time of night, you'll never catch a glimpse of the moon's far side, its so-called dark side. From our vantage point, it's like the moon is frozen in place, staring at us with one unblinking eye. Scientists call this phenomenon tidal locking or synchronous rotation. The moon rotates on its axis at exactly the same rate it orbits Earth, so we're forever locked in this cosmic staring contest. Sounds like a quirk of nature, right? But here's the kicker: out of the thousands of moons in our solar system, very few exhibit this kind of behavior. It's rare. Almost too rare. Why does the moon always keep one face turned toward us? Is it just a cosmic coincidence? Or is it something more deliberate, like a perfectly positioned camera designed to keep us in its sights at all times? And if that's the case, who or what is behind it? The artificial moon. Hypothesis. In 1970, two Soviet scientists, Michael Vasin and Alexander Shcherbakov, dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. They published a paper with a title that sounds like it was ripped straight out of a sci-fi novel. Is the moon the creation of alien intelligence? Their hypothesis was bold, controversial, and downright mind-bending. They argued that the moon isn't a natural celestial body at all. Instead, they proposed it's a constructed object, a hollow artificial structure disguised as a moon, possibly a massive spacecraft cloaked in a rocky shell. Let's break down their reasoning because it's wild. First, they pointed out the moon's size and position. The moon is unusually large compared to other moons relative to their planets. Its distance from Earth is so precise that during a total solar eclipse it covers the sun almost perfectly, creating that breathtaking ring of fire in the sky. The odds of this alignment being random, astronomically low. It's almost like the moon was engineered to be exactly where it is. Second, they highlighted the moon's surface. Studies from early lunar missions revealed that the moon's crust is surprisingly thin, far thinner than you'd expect for a solid, rocky body. Some scientists even suggested that beneath that crust, there might be vast empty spaces like caverns or chambers. And then there's the seismic evidence. When NASA's Apollo missions deliberately crashed equipment onto the moon's surface, the impacts caused the moon to ring not just for a few seconds, but for hours. The vibrations were so strange that one NASA scientist famously said, "It's like the moon is a giant gong." A solid rock doesn't do that, but a hollow structure. That's exactly how it would behave. Vasin and Shcherbakov weren't alone in their thinking. Even before their paper whispers of a spaceship moon had circulated among fringe researchers, some pointed to ancient myths, stories from cultures worldwide about a time before the moon existed in the sky. Could those legends hold a kernel of truth? Was there a time when the moon was placed here? And if it was, who built it? Apollo's unsettling discoveries. Let's fast forward to the Apollo mission's humanity's greatest leap into the cosmos. Between 1969 and 1972, NASA sent astronauts to the moon, and what they found only deepened the mystery. During Apollo 12, the crew intentionally crashed a lunar module onto the moon's surface to study its seismic response. The result? The moon rang like a bell for 55 minutes. The vibrations were so intense, so prolonged, that scientists back on Earth were left scratching their heads. One NASA engineer reportedly said, "We've never seen anything like this. It's not normal." Apollo 13 took it a step further. They repeated the experiment, and this time the moon reverberated for over 3 hours. 3 hours. Imagine striking a rock and hearing it hum for that long. It defies everything we know about planetary geology. But it wasn't just the seismic data that raised eyebrows. Some of the astronauts themselves reported strange experiences. While standing on the moon's desolate surface, a few described an eerie feeling of being watched. One astronaut, whose name has been redacted in some accounts, allegedly told Mission Control, "We're not alone out here." Another peculiar detail during their time on the moon: the Apollo crews set up experiments to measure cosmic radiation and other phenomena. Some of these instruments picked up faint, unexplained signals, pulses that didn't match any known natural source. These anomalies were quietly noted in NASA's reports, but they were never fully explained. And here's something else to chew on. The moon's surface is covered in a fine, powdery substance called regolith. But beneath that powder, astronauts found areas where the ground seemed too smooth, almost artificial. One geologist who studied lunar samples later remarked, "It's like parts of the moon were paved. Paved by whom? The moon, Earth's all-seeing eye." So let's entertain this idea for a moment. What if the moon is a surveillance device? A cosmic watchdog parked in Earth's orbit to keep tabs on humanity? Think about it. The moon is in the perfect position to monitor our planet. It's close enough to observe every continent, every ocean, every city, 24/7, 365 days a year. It doesn't need to move or adjust its orbit. It just sits there silently collecting data. If you were an advanced civilization, whether extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or even an ancient human society with technology, we've long forgotten, where else would you place a monitoring station? The moon is the ultimate vantage point. It's hidden in plain sight, masquerading as a natural object, and it's been there for as long as humans have recorded history. But who could have built such a thing? Aliens, beings from a distant star system who seeded the moon here to study Earth's development. A lost civilization. Maybe an advanced society that existed millions of years ago before humanity as we know it. Something else entirely. A form of intelligence so far beyond our comprehension that we can't even name it. And what are they watching for? Are they studying our evolution like scientists observing lab rats? Are they waiting for us to reach a certain level of technology before making contact? Or are they making sure we don't step out of line? The moon's far side, the one we never see, adds another layer of intrigue. It's completely hidden from Earth's view, a perfect place to conceal technology bases or even entire cities. Some conspiracy theorists claim that's where the real moon is a hub of activity we're not meant to discover. And here's a chilling thought. If the moon is watching us, it's not just seeing our cities or our wars, it's seeing you. Every time you step outside, every time you glance up at the night sky, you're in its line of sight. Why haven't we returned? Here's where things get even stranger. The last time humans set foot on the moon was December 1972 during Apollo 17. That was over half a century ago. Since then, nothing. No manned missions. No grand plans to go back. Why? We've sent rovers to Mars probes, to the outer planets, and telescopes to the edge of the observable universe. Yet the moon, our closest neighbor, a mere 240,000 miles away, has been left untouched by human boots for decades. The official explanation is budget cuts and shifting priorities. NASA's focus turned to space stations, Mars, and beyond. But that doesn't add up when you think about it. The moon is the logical stepping stone for space exploration. It's a testing ground, a potential launch pad for deeper missions. So why abandon it? Some insiders have hinted at a darker reason. Leaked documents and whistleblower accounts, though unverified, suggest that NASA encountered something during the Apollo missions that spooked them. something they weren't prepared to deal with. One unconfirmed report claims that during Apollo 16, the crew detected a series of radio signals emanating from the moon's far side. These weren't random noise, they had a pattern almost like a code. The signals were recorded, analyzed, and then buried. Another story passed around in aerospace circles involves a high-ranking NASA official who allegedly said, "We were told to stay away." Told by whom, no one knows. Even today, as private companies like SpaceX talk about lunar colonies, there's a strange hesitation. Missions get delayed, plans get scrapped. It's almost as if someone or something is sending a message. Don't come back. Open-ended conclusion. The eternal watcher. So where does this leave us? Maybe the moon is just what science tells us, a lifeless, ancient rock formed billions of years ago from a cosmic collision. A silent partner in Earth's dance through the cosmos. Or maybe, just maybe, it's something far more. A sentinel, a guardian, a spy. The all-seeing eye of an intelligence that's been watching humanity since the dawn of time. You'll never know for sure, because the moon doesn't speak, it doesn't reveal its secrets. It just watches tonight when you step outside and feel the cool night air on your skin. Take a moment to look up. Find that pale, glowing orb in the sky, stare at it, really see it, and ask yourself, what if it's staring back? What if it's been watching you not just tonight, but every night of your life? Every moment, every choice, every breath, captured by an observer that never sleeps. The truth might be out there hidden in plain sight, and it might be more terrifying than anything you've ever imagined. Mysteria Chronicles. The universe is full of secrets, and we're just scratching the surface. If this episode gave you chills, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because trust us, there's so much more to uncover. Until next time, keep looking up, but be careful, because something might be looking back.